Okay, grade 11th. This is page 72 from the JPHD workbook. So, given we are given the front view and the top view of a right regular hexagonal prism with a blind right regular square hole, and we are also given a cutting plane AA. So, these are the two views. This is the front view, this is the top view. So, as you can see there, we have the hole there, as indicated there using hidden detail lines, and from the top view, we have the shape, the square, right? So the prism, it's a hexagonal prism, and the blind hole is just a square prism, right? Okay, instructions. Draw to scale 1:1 the following views of the solid. So we have to draw the given front view, sectional top view, sectional left view, and the true shape of the cut surface, right? Lastly, show all necessary construction. No hidden detail is required, right? Okay, so now I can start with my drawing, but firstly I have to plan my drawing, right? Okay, so this is my answer sheet, right? Okay, so now I can just plan my drawing because I know that solid geometry is in first angle. So what I can do, I can just uh, create 6 blocks there for the placement of the views. So remember, the front view is just right there, and then the top view will be just there, the bottom, and then my right view will be on my left hand side right there, and my left view will be on my right hand side, right? Okay, so obviously I have the placement of the views there in first angle, right? Okay, so now I have to go back to my instructions. Remember, we are required to draw the given front view, so that means I'll have to draw that view. Sectional top view will be there, and what? Sectional left view, my left view will be there. So the true shape, obviously I'll use the cutting plane to draw that view. So now that means my focus will be on this 3 views, right? So this view, I can cancel that view out. So now that means I'll have to draw this view only, right? Okay, so now I can just plan my drawing on my answer sheet, right? So this is my page, so I can just divide this page by drawing a horizontal line there in light construction. Where's my pencil? Okay, so I'll just draw a line, construction line, in the middle of the page like that, right? So that means my top view will be just here and my front view will be there, right? Okay, so for me to draw this front view, obviously I have to draw the top view first because this view acts as an auxiliary view to this drawing, right? Because we are not given the distance from here to there. So that means I have to draw this view first so that I can just project all the points up, right? So, okay, I'll start with the center lines there. I'll just draw my center lines right there. Just like that. Okay, so we are given that all the sides of the hexagon is 32. So now I can just take my compass and measure 32, and then I'll have to draw a circle. So 32 will be there. So I'll put my compass on the center point there. Then I draw a circle there, like construction, right? Okay, so obviously so far I have those 2 points. Where are those 2 points? They're here, right? So that means I'll put my compass on those 2 points, right? So obviously I put my compass on that point, right? Then I'll have to mark there, mark down there, right, on the circle. And then now I'll have to put my compass there on that point, arc there, and then arc there. Okay, so now I have this points right there, So now I can just join all the points. Then I'm done with my hexagon there. So I can just draw in light construction, because remember we have to draw a sectional top view, right? Okay. Just like that. So now I have my hexagon there. So now I have to draw the square, and we are given that all the sides are 28. So obviously this is a square, right? So for me to draw this square, I can just draw a circle first in light construction, right? So that means this 28 will be my diameter to the circle. So obviously half of 28 is 14. So I'll take my compass and measure there. So just measure 14 there, my compass, then draw a circle. Just like that. So now I have a circle. So now I'll have to take my 45 by 45 set square, and then I just draw lines around the circle, tangent lines around the circle. So obviously all the lines must be at an angle of 45, just like that. So this is my square, right? So I'm done with the top view. So I can just project all the points up, because I'm trying to draw the front view, right? Okay. So start at this point. There's 2 points on the hexagon, and also this points here, and this point. Then also for the square, I have a point there, 2 points there, and a point there. Okay, so I've projected all the points up. So what I have to do now, I'll have to add the XY line. So because my view ends there, right, the top view, so I'll measure from this base of the hexagon. So I can just measure 10 millimeters. So 10 millimeters just right there. So just ignore the construction line there. So I'll just draw my XY line there from here to somewhere there, because remember I'll have to draw the sectional left view there, right? Okay, and then from here I can just measure 10 millimeters again, going up. So the base of the prism will start from here. So I can just draw a horizontal line. Okay, so now I can just draw my front view. So obviously I have the base, right? So the height is given, it's 80. So I'll have to measure 80 from the base. So the base is from here to there. So this is the base. Okay, so I have to mark off 80 millimeters. So 80 is there. Okay, so just draw a horizontal line there, like that. And then I can just draw in the vertical lines, just like that. So obviously I have these 2 edges for the hexagonal prism. So obviously it's this point there. So I'll just draw in that edge, and also this point there. Just like that. So okay, so now I have to draw the blind hole there. So I'll have to draw hidden detail lines, even though from the instructions they said no hidden detail is required, but obviously they said draw the given front view, so I have to draw the front view exactly as it is, right? So I'll just add the hidden detail lines there. What's the height of the hole? So it's 60, it goes in by 60 millimeters, so I can just mark off 60 there. Okay, and then I can just draw the hidden detail line. Right there. Okay, so now I have to add the cutting plane there. So the cutting plane is from that point there, and then we are given the dimension from this corner here to that point of the cutting plane, right? So that means I'll have to mark off 55 there. So 55 is right there. Okay, so I can just add the cutting plane there. Okay, so this is A. Okay, so I'm done with the front view, so I can just mark off the front view there. Okay, so now I have to go back to the top view. Remember, I have to draw what? A sectional top view. So now, because I have the cutting plane there, I'll use this cutting plane to construct the sectional top view, right? But before that, remember, I have to label the points from the top view there and also the points on the front view. So I can just say this as point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Then obviously this will be line 1, 1 because it's a prism. Then we also have 2 there, but here we have 2 points, 2 and 6, right? So I can just say here I have point 2 and point 6, then point 2 up there and point 6. So we have 2 lines there, line 2 2 and line 6 6, right? Okay, even here we have 2 points, 3 and 5, so that means I'll have point 3 there, point 5 there, 3 and 5, and the last point is 4, so this will be our line 4 4, right? Okay, and then I'll have to do the same thing for the square, so I'll use alphabets. So I'll have A there, B there, C and D. So A, so that means I'll have line A there. Here we have 2 points, B and D, so that means here I'll have B and D. And the last point, oh, I forgot to label this point B and D. Okay, so we have point 6 there, or not 6C, so we have point C up there. Okay, so I'm done labeling the points. So now I can just project the points on the cutting plane, right? Okay, so I have a point there, 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 I have a point there. Okay, so I have to project all the points down to this section. So I'll start with this point, project that point down, and also this one, and this point, that point, that point, that point, and the last point there. Okay, so let's check where does the cutting plane cut the solid. So it cuts the solid from here, right, up to there, right? So obviously here there is nothing because this is a hole, right, for the blind hole, right? So but for the hexagonal prism, I'll start here. I'll just construct that down because here we have line 1 2, because this line is line 1 2 and 1 6, right? So obviously I must mark those points from the top view, so that means I have 2 points there. So our cut surface will start right there, so I can just draw in that line, right? Let me just use this red marker. Okay, then now I'll move to this point. So here we have point 2 and 6, right? So this is line 2 2 and line 6 6. So that means obviously the cutting plane will cut through everything here. So when I move to this point, obviously here we have point 2 and 6. So point 2 and 6, they're right there. So I can just draw in those lines there, like that. Like that. Okay. And then we also have this point, right? So this point is on the blind hole, and if you check, it cuts line A, B, and AD, right? So AB is there and AD is there. So that means I must have 2 points there, 1 2, and obviously I'll have to draw a straight line there. So I have to draw straight line there, just connect the 2 points just like that. Okay, and then now I move to this point there. So this point is cutting line BB and line DD. So I have a point there, I have a point there. Okay, so I move to this point. This point is on line 3 3 and 5 5 on the hexagonal prism. So point 3 is there, point 5 is there, sorry. So that means I can just connect these points there just like that, and also those points there. Okay, and I can just connect those 2 as well, and those 2. Okay, so now I move to that point. So this cutting point is on line CC, right? Line CC is there, so I can just mark a point there and then connect these points just like that, and also this side just like that. Okay, and then I move to the last point, and this point is right there at 4, so I can just complete my sectional top view there by connecting those points just like that. Okay, so now if you check, remember this is what, a blind hole, right? So here for the blind hole we are not cutting anything because it's a hole, right? So that means around here I'll just leave it as it is without hatching, right? But from here to there and from here to there we are cutting something, right? So that means I will have to hatch around this section, right? So I'll take my set square. Let me take my 45. So I have to let me just hatch it. Okay, it's fine. So I have to hatch the surface there. Okay, just like that. So I've hatched the surface there. So this is the complete sectional top view. So now I can just mark off that view there. So I'm done with the sectional top view. Okay, so now obviously I have to draw the sectional left view. So the sectional left view will be drawn this side. So now I'll have to add an XY line. Remember, this is our XY line. So now I have to add the vertical XY line there. So I can just measure 10 millimeters from the front view there. Then I can just add the XY line. So it's x1, y1. Okay, then I can just add my 45-degree line there, just like that. So now I'll have to project all the points from the sectional top view to this section right here. Obviously I will use my 45-degree line to project the points up. Okay, so I'll start with these points here, point 2 and 3. Check those points, and also 1 and 4, and we also have A and C, right, and 5 and 6 there. Then we have point B there, point D there, just like that. Then from here I have to project those points up, just like that. Just like that. Okay, and then we do have the height there, so I have to project the height there, just like that. Okay, so now I have to draw the right view in light construction first. Okay, so here on this line I have 2 points, point 2 and 3. So obviously that means I have point 2 and 3 on the same point there, and also up there point 2 and 3. Because we have 2 and 3 here, that means I must have a point there. 2, we have point 2 and 3 there, that means I must have a point as well up there, right? Okay, and then I move to those 2 points, right? It's 1 and 4, that means they're on the same point there, so it's point 1 and 4. And we also have 5 and 6 there, so I have point 5 and 6, 5 and 6. I forgot the 1 and 4 there, just like that. Okay, and then I go back to my square prism. So I have B there, but I forgot just to project the height today. Okay, so I have point B there, so obviously B is there, so I'll have a point there which is B, and also up there it's point B. Okay, then we have A and C here, that means I'll have A and C sharing a point with 1 and 4, right? Okay, so I'll have C there and A. Okay, and then D will be there, so this is point D, and also up there point D. Okay, so I have all the points there. So before I proceed with my sectional left view, I just want to come back to my sectional top view. You might be asking yourself why I did not draw in those two lines there. The reason is that because we have cut the solid right there, that means we are looking from the top, right? So for us to see the cut surface there, I'll have to remove this portion, right? So that means I'll have to cut off this part of the solid, right? And point one is part of the part that is cut off, right? So obviously this point is cut away, so I can't draw those lines in, right? Because point one is no longer there. I hope it makes sense. Okay, so I have my points there, so now I have to draw the cut surface, right? So we'll start with this point there because obviously our focus will be on the cutting plane, right? So our first point is right there.